Hi guys, I'm Sapphire, Sapphire Speaks, and this is my another book excerpt from my upcoming book that is out July 19th, 2020. It's called I Choose Me. Every single one of my days have been filled with catering to someone else, and it had been so long since I even thought about my own wants or needs that I no longer knew who I was. I could barely look myself in the mirror without finding something wrong with me. Is that why I couldn't stop crying? Is that why I felt like such a failure? Maybe this was not so much about us not working out and more so about me losing myself in the midst of trying to be something I didn't know how to be in the first place. Maybe I didn't really know who I was after all. When you know yourself, you have a better understanding of what you deserve. You don't allow yourself to be treated any sort of way, and you understand the difference between compromise, completely given up, and completely given in. Honestly, I'd done the latter so many times that I was only gripping life's strings for the sake of my child. She didn't deserve this. I'd failed her so many times by simply trying to get it right. I was starting to wonder if trying was the thing I was doing wrong. I started dissecting me, pulling back each of those delicate and damaged layers in search of the root of all of this pain. I'd been dating since I was 16 with a steady track record of hastily running from the feelings of being unloved into the arms of some gorgeous stranger that chose me out of everyone else, even if it was only temporarily. I felt it a privilege to be considered theirs. That was my core issue. I needed someone to choose me, to validate my existence. In all of these years of searching for real love and hoping to find someone special enough to share my life with, I never realized that I was actually in search of was acceptance. So I decided to start over. I looked myself in the mirror, and each day I chose me. I chose that little girl that got shuffled by life, the one that was pretty for a dark-skinned girl, the one that was ostracized for wearing skirts down to her ankles, and the one that was considered a black sheep. I chose her every day thereafter until it no longer became a choice, until she radiated with the love and acceptance that was so dire to her survival, and until every choice thereafter reflected it. I acknowledge that choosing me doesn't mean that I love anyone else less. It simply means that my needs, wants, and desires are important, and my happiness means just as much as anyone else does. So, of course, this is a very special piece to me as well, about me finally coming into acceptance of myself, me realizing that a lot of times the decisions that I made were ones in which reflected back lessons of you don't love yourself, you're not accepting of yourself, you don't feel like you're worthy. And so life kind of gave me lessons to where I had to come into my worthiness. I had to accept that I deserved better. I had to accept, and I had to know, and I had to get that thing so far deep inside of my soul that all of my choices reflected that. And it's very hard when you live in a world that everything on TV is, dictating how beautiful you're not, how much you need to change. People make money off of you not feeling beautiful, you not feeling like you're enough. And I wear my wigs, and I like my makeup and everything. I do. But I had to accept myself. I had to love myself before I could expect anybody else to love me. I had to be able to look into my own mirror and validate myself, even when things from my past told me I wasn't deserving. People treated you like this because you weren't deserving of love. You weren't deserving of this. And we have to fuck with ourselves so fucking hard. We have to be that trust. We have to be this unshakable force within ourselves. We have to be confident within ourselves. We have to understand that life is not happening to us. It is happening for us. It's happening for us. We want and we desire these things. We desire a happy relationship. We desire happy marriages. We desire the house, the car, all of these things. We want to manifest them, and we are looking for that feeling. That feeling that you're told, or that feeling that you're told or you're shown, that is on TV. You're looking for it to fulfill you in some way, when it doesn't fulfill you because you don't feel like you're worthy of it. You haven't chosen yourself. You haven't chosen yourself. You haven't looked in the mirror and said, you're worthy. You're deserving. You deserve somebody who fucks with you hard. You deserve to be in trusting situations, trusting relationships. You deserve a business that makes 6 figures. You deserve a happy family. I deserve this. I deserve it. The problem becomes when you manifest these things and you don't feel deserving of it. You fumble it. You can't see it. We're looking at these situations through unhealed eyes, unhealed heart, unhealed mind, unhealed spirit. And it causes us to doubt everything, doubt everyone. And it's not to say that people ain't doing fuck shit. It's not. But when you fuck with yourself so hard, people can do whatever it is that they want to, and they will not knock you off your pedestal. That's what needs to be known. You have to fuck with yourself so hard. You have to know that at the end of the day, if you go or if you stay, I'm going to be okay. There's no doubt in my mind. I got this. I done been through enough. I got what it takes. I have overcome way harder stuff than this. I think I can take that. So at the end of the day, it is so important that we choose ourselves. It is so important that we validate the gifts that we have, that we validate the time that we spend with others, that we validate that these people are worthy of our time, that we spend our time with people who are pouring into our cup, people who reflect the thing it is that we deserve, that we desire, that we fuck with people who are moving in the space and the mindset that we're moving in. Because this is how we trust. This is how we choose ourselves. This is how we understand that what we are doing is awesome, amazing, trustworthy, and the right steps to take. So, again, I appreciate you for listening. I would love to hear what you have to say, what you think about it. Again, this is from my book that is coming out July 19th, 2020. I'm so fucking excited. It feels like it's been a long time coming, which it has been. But timing is everything, and I feel like this is the perfect time. So I'd love to hear, what you have to say, your comments, your discoveries about yourself on this journey, this path, this thing called life. And I am Sapphire. You can follow me on IG as Only One Sapphire. I'm on YouTube as Sapphire Speaks. And as always, thank you for listening.